Hello there! This is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt Legends Unite. And today, we're gonna have a look at the car that you see on the screen right now, and that is the Nissan GTR-50 Italdesign. And you know it, this is because a new special for it just started, and of course we're gonna check it out. We're gonna see what are the rewards, what are the cars required, and what kind of progress can you and I possibly make in that event. But before I jump into it, if you enjoy my content, please hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel, because doing these things help the channel to continue growing, and in that way the channel can continue to be discovered. I can continue making this content for you. So if you want more Alu here in the channel, like and subscribe. But alright, so what's up with the special event? Well, it's sort of a short, small event, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad one. Now, let's have a look at what are the cars required over here. Well, kind of new already from the patch notes, but still, we have the main car obviously being the Nissan GTR-50 Italdesign, and the support cars are going to be the Jaguar XJR-15, the Vencer Sarth, the Ferrari Enzo Ferrari, yeah, that's the full name of the thing, and the Aston Martin 177. But as you can see, that's it. That's basically the end of the event at stage 7. So, like I said, it's going to be a short one. It's running for a little under 2 weeks. So you don't have necessarily a ton of time to do it, but it's not that difficult, at least if you happen to have these cars. Now, speaking of the cars, let's talk about what is required and all of that stuff. But because I am DBT and you know how DBT is, of course, I made a spreadsheet. What can I say? Spreadsheets were the past, they're the present, and they will continue to be the future. But anyway, I mapped out the entire event and the conditions, the rewards, and all of that stuff, so we're gonna have a quick overview of it. Like I just mentioned, the first support card that you're gonna be needing is gonna be the XJR-15 right here. Now, I believe that all of these cars are gonna be free try at 1 star, so if you don't have the car, you have at least a free try, and you can do this amount of conditions, 12 conditions. But if you have it at 2 stars, then you can get this, so on and so forth, right? So I think this is pretty self-explanatory. That's kind of how this whole thing works. So, first stage, also, as you can see over here, it also shows how many conditions are required to unlock the stage. So this one is green because it's unlocked. It didn't have any requirements to unlock it. So anyway, it's the GTR-50, it's a free try, and what can you get from there? You can get 150 tokens, 6 blueprints for the GTR-50. When I say GTR-50, it's the Italdesign, I just want to say the entire thing. So yeah, GTR-50, 10 blueprints for the Sarth, and 10 additional blueprints for the XJR-15. Once you're done with this, you will unlock the second stage. Again, as long as you do 10 conditions over here. You need the XJR free try with 12 conditions that you can do with miscellaneous rewards. This means credits or maybe some generic blueprints, you know, packs of blueprints or parts, whatever. So basically nothing too important. If you have it at 2 stars, you can get an additional 4 conditions, and that'll grant you 1 additional blueprint of the GTR. At 3 stars, 4 conditions, 2 more blueprints of the GTR plus 100 tokens, and at 4 stars, you can get 5 conditions with an additional 3 blueprints. By the way, this is not the sum of this. You can get 1 here, another 2 over here, and another 3 over here. So just to be clear. You can get an epic for the XJR and another one for the GTR-50. For the Sarth, it's basically the very same thing. You will notice that this seems kind of copy-pasted because it sort of is. Except that for the Sarth, it's a 5-star car, so the entire conditions, it considers it as 5 stars. So for the first one, it's a free try at 1 star, miscellaneous rewards. For 2 stars, again, 1 blueprint. At 3 stars, 2 blueprints plus 100 tokens. At 4 stars, 3 blueprints, 150 tokens. And finally, at 5 stars, this is where it changes a little bit. Over here, there's only 2 conditions to do, and you get the Sarth Epic Import and another GTR-50 Epic. At stage 4, free try of the GTR-50, 150 tokens, 6 blueprints for the GTR, 10 blueprints for the Enzo, and 10 blueprints for the 177. Then, next up, for the Enzo, and I think you can kind of figure it out, right? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I think I did a relatively decent job at showing what it is that you can get. So same thing, the Enzo, you're gonna need it all the way up to 5 stars, and you're gonna get all of this stuff over here. For the 177, same situation, 5-star car, you can get this many conditions, and this is what you can get from it. And finally, the very last stage, which is the 7th stage for the GTR-50, I don't believe that that's gonna be a free try. I believe that for that you need to have the car unlocked. But still, so over there you can get miscellaneous reward for 1 and 2 stars. If you manage to get it to the 3rd star, if you happen to have it over there, you can get an additional 150 tokens. At 4 stars, you get miscellaneous rewards. Once again, I think it's just credits in here. And finally, at the 5 star, if you for some reason manage to have this car at max, you get an additional 300 tokens and epics for the 1 epic for the GTR-50. Now, there's also the milestone rewards, which I put over here. And you can see at 15 conditions done, you can get miscellaneous reward. At 40 conditions, 200 tokens. At 70, you get 2 additional blueprints for the GTR-50. At 100 conditions, miscellaneous. 130, 300 tokens. 150, 3 blueprints for the GTR-50. And finally, if you manage to get 170, you get 2 epics for the GTR-50. So that is basically the entirety of the requirements and the rewards. And I just mapped it up over here to show you what are the totals. Let me make this a little bit smaller so that it shows. There we go. All right, so you can get 10 blueprints for this art, 10 blueprints for this XJR-15. You can get 10 blueprints for the Enzo. For the GTR-50, the main car of this event, you can get 45 blueprints plus 7 epics in total. This is the grand total. This should be enough for you to unlock the car, and that's about it. But once again, you're gonna need to have all of the other cars basically at max stars in order to get there. So at the very least, you can get the car, and like I said, these are cars that I don't consider them to be exceedingly rare. We can talk about it in a second. And finally, tokens in total, the grand total is 2,100 tokens. So overall, like I said, it's a small event. It's not like, wow, it's a game changer, but then again, it does have some... The GTR-50, it is, from what I understand, a pretty good car. I do have it at 5-star on my Switch account, but honestly, haven't played a lot with it. But there's a free try in MP2 if you want to check it out. But yeah, that is the whole thing. Now, I have already done this type of spreadsheets. However, this one is going to be public, so I'll put the link to this in the description if you want to use this, because it's a bit of a calculator tool for you to use. How do you use it? It's very simple. Over here where it says enter your conditions, that's where you're going to enter how many conditions you're going to be able to do. So for example, over here, because this is a free try, you can do all of these conditions. You can enter the 23. And as you can see, this already marked green the next stage because this has been unlocked given the conditions. And not only that, on this side, it will also show which milestone you already reached because you already did over 15 conditions, you got it. So over here, for example, let's say that I have the XJR at 2 stars only. So I can do the 12 conditions because it's a free try anyway, and I can do an additional 4 conditions because this thing is 2 stars. In fact, you know what? Let me do a small change over here. Okay, there we go. I changed those asterisks for actual stars, so now it's a bit better, a little bit easier to see. So anyway, as I was saying, you have this car only at 2 stars, so you're not going to be able to do these conditions. That's fine. So you only mark the ones that you can do. But as you can see, this already, over here on the top, is the amount of conditions you have done in total. So you can see that I have enough to have unlocked this, and I haven't gotten enough yet to get to my 200 tokens. But I do have the SARS. Well, let's say that I don't have it, and I only have the free try. Well, you're still going to be able to do the 12 conditions over here because it's a free try, and that gives you access to the 200 tokens. But over here, oh yeah, you actually already unlocked also to reach stage 4. So same thing, it's a free try, so you can do all 23 conditions. It already unlocked this. Oh, why did this change color? That's no good. Okay, I don't know exactly what I did there. I messed up the formatting somehow. I'll fix it by the time this video is released, don't worry about it. So this shouldn't show green, but anyway, you get the idea, right? So same thing for the Enzo Ferrari, I don't have it, but I have a free try, so I'm gonna be able to do 12 conditions. That unlocks the next stage. And finally over here, same thing, I only have, I don't have the car, so only 10 conditions for the free try, and there you go. So again, this shows you in total how many conditions you've done. As you can see, marks in green the stages that you unlock, and in that way you can fill it up. So for example, in my actual progress, let's say on the Switch account where I do have this car. So for example, I'll be able to do the free try over here. I'll be able to do 12, 4 also because I do have the car at 4 stars. No, actually, I only have it at 3 stars, come to think about it. Okay. Then we got the Vencer South. I'll do 12, I'll do 4, 4, 5, 2, because again, I have all of those. 23 conditions, 12, 4, 5, 4, 2. So over there, you can see on my Switch, I'll be able to do the entire event. It's fine. So, but at the same time, as I said, it shows over here what rewards you are actually getting on the milestone rewards. So that's something else to keep in mind. So that is basically how you fill this up. You as a viewer of this video, if you want to use this little tool, again, the link to this is in the description if you want to test it out and use it to calculate it. Just if you see someone else is filling up, give them a couple of minutes for them to figure it out and then you can use it again. But yeah, so you just cleared this thing up. If it's full of something, just clear it up. It should set up once again and you can start up filling up and figuring out how far you can make it given, or rather based on the cars that you own and how many stars and all of that. So overall, this event seems okay. It's nothing straight up absolutely amazing, but it's actually not terrible. I don't believe so. Now, like I said, these cars are relatively rare in the sense that, well, the South is a common car, so you shouldn't have too much trouble to own this car. The GTR-50 actually should get us a car hunt starting tomorrow, so there is that. The Enzo was available, I believe, in Drive Syndicate, so hopefully you were able to get it over there. The 177, I believe it has had a couple of hunts. So really, I would say the rarest car currently would just be the Enzo. Other than that, the XJR, you're going to have a chance to get it in the car hunt. And the 177, hopefully you have taken opportunity, or taken taken the opportunity to unlock this car in the hunt. Now, something else worth mentioning over here, it's the packs that are available for it, because, you know, there's always packs and whatnot. These packs are going to contain blueprints for the... where are they? Should be over here. Here we go. They will contain blueprints for the main cars except for the XJR, which, once again, because it's going to get a hunt right now, well, tomorrow, I don't believe it's as important for those to be there. But yeah, it's not as... featured car, but otherwise the blueprints that you can get over here are going to be for the 177, the Enzo Ferrari, and the Vencer Sarth. Honestly, come to think about it, I would have preferred, instead of the Vencer Sarth, for it to be the XJR. But then again, the Vencer Sarth, it's a much more useful Class C car than the XJR is. So, maybe this isn't too bad. So if you're missing out on this car, maybe these packs could be relatively useful, because again, for blueprints per drop, and the drop rate for featured items is 20%. So if you get a 10 pack, you're gonna get maybe, I mean, at least one guaranteed drop, but the chances for you to get more than one, to get two, maybe three, maybe are considerably high. So yeah, this is not an absolutely terrible pack, so there's that to consider. So how about before we end this video, we drive the car a little bit? Because, like I mentioned, there's a free trial right now in MP2 if you want to check it out. So let's just have a quick look at the stats, the rank, and all of that. 4153, so it's a mid-high, considerably high Class B car. Top speed at 349. It's fast for its class. Obviously, nothing like an Apollo N or anything like that, but it still is considerably fast. Acceleration of 86, it's really good. Handling of 73, it's pretty high. And nitro of 64, it's high-ish. Overall, this seems like an amazing car to drive. There's one drawback on this car though. It doesn't have color options other than this. It doesn't have custom colors or anything like that, just 3 colors, so they all look kind of same-ish, but it's fine. So like I said, in general, this special event seems like a decent one, nothing as crazy as the Modificata Mayhem event. By the way, how are you guys doing in the Modificata? I wonder, because I know I've made some progress. In fact, today's video, I thought it was going to be about that, but I thought it was better to cover this one first, because I'm waiting for the Modificata stage that unlocks tomorrow, where I'll be able to start getting more blueprints for the car. Maybe I'll be making, or rather spending, some tokens in that, because I do want to get that car. So let me know in the comments if you want to see a video of me spending tokens in buying Modificata packs, because that could be fun. And man, I'm really interested on that car, so why not? But anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, this car, I believe, even can do floaties. Let me check again. I'm not particularly good at understanding floaties yet, but I believe if I do this, yeah, that's a floaty, isn't it? Kind of, maybe. I saw the front wheel kind of lifting up, so I think that counts as a floaty. If it didn't, I don't know. Let me know, because I wouldn't. Again, I'm noob. All right, it's fine. Now, obviously, in MP2, as I've said a million times, given how cars that tend to be on the higher end of a class, you know, the higher tier cars of the class, like high tier Class B or whatever, they're quite overranked. Well, this means that this is going to be matched in MP2 against cars that are Class A, Class S, and whatnot. So this isn't necessarily representative of how well or bad it can do against its natural competition. For that, we will need to play with this car in MP1. That is where you would see them. Oh god, I went extremely wide over there. Hey, that drift was actually pretty decent. There's by the way, a Trial Nemesis. So even though I'm on first place right now, I imagine up here in the jumps, the Trial Nemesis is just gonna go absolutely bonkers. Though then again, the acceleration of this car allows it to really get to a high speed mid-air super quickly. So that helps a lot when there's a bunch of consecutive jumps. These type of cars tend to shine quite a bit, and I might actually run away with this one and get what we call in this business first place on it. Very nice. But yeah, I just wanted to show you a little bit the car, but rather show you the special event, and hopefully you're going to be able to get some progress over there. Once again, the link to this tool or this spreadsheet, it's in the description, so go ahead, check it out. And if you find it useful or informative in some way, do hit the like button. And once again, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna continue doing this type of things, hoping that it'll help somebody to figure out how much progress they can do. But that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye!